And this is a penguin that we have known this penguin for some time. The penguin doesn't have a name, but everybody, most people know him by this point, and he became a trend. He became viral again these days. In 2007, Werner Herzog stood in the frozen wastes of Antarctica and filmed a penguin that would, nearly 2 decades later, become the unlikely prophet of a digital generation. What happened with this penguin? I don't know if I can play this clip, but I'm going to play it anyway. The thing is, was what this penguin represented. I'm going to play the clip. I don't know if if YouTube is going to copyright shout at me with this. I don't care. I'm going to play it anyway.
These penguins are all heading to the open water to the right.
I gotta make sure, for example, that there's the music. I know that the music is part of it. Just in case, what I need is the voice, not the music. So let's watch it this way.
But one of them caught our eye, the one in the center.
This one, this little penguin here. What's happening with that penguin? I want to know.
He would neither go towards the feeding grounds at the edge of the ice, nor return to the colony.
Okay, so you're oriented to this direction to the right, where the penguins who were going to the shore to eat fish, and to the left, where going back to the colony, to home, right? But what is this penguin going to do?
Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away. Dr. Ainley explained that even if he caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. But why?
Yeah, we asked the question, but why? And he hesitated for a second. He turned around and said, okay, F it, I'm going anyway.
One of these disoriented or deranged penguins showed up at the New Harbor diving camp, already some 80 kilometers away from where it should be.
80 kilometers. 80.
The rules for the humans are, do not disturb or hold up the penguin. Stand still and let him go on his way.
That's a great question. Why did
And
he do that?
here he's heading off into the interior of the vast continent. With 5,000 kilometers ahead of him, he's heading towards certain death.
So why did the penguin became so? You know what? I'm going to replay one part of this with the music, because the music makes all the difference in the world with this. I'm gonna go back to the part in which the little penguin is this part. I need to play this with the music. I don't care. Let's go.
Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away. Dr. Ainley explained that even if he caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. But why?
That is the question, but why? So the thing is, there are many thoughts about this. I remember the first time I saw this clip of this penguin, and it's something that moves me a lot. It's something that makes me teary-eyed when I watch this. You don't see me teary-eyed right now because I have watched this so many times today that, of course, the effect wears out after some time, after all the times that it has popped up on my timeline. But yeah, I think that this is a very good summary of this. The urge to seek something larger than yourself and something that nobody can explain. And why would he do that? Why would he literally seek death? And so many replies to this. I know of no better life purpose than to perish in attempting the great and the impossible. That is, you see the difference in opinions about this online. Some people saying, "Oh, he's just tired of all, the rat race. He wants to kill himself. He's like he's going full made with that. He wants to delete himself. He wants to remove himself from the world." Or the group in which I am is looking for something, for an impossible dream. Some of you remember that is one of my favorite songs, The Impossible Dream. And even if it seems crazy, even if it seems something absolutely bonkers and unattainable, it's something that we are pulled to it, and that is actually being alive. I saw an account. I don't follow this account, but I think that this was the best take I could find about this. And I'm gonna read his words because this is amazing. The Nietzschean penguin sets out on a quest the colony cannot fathom. To some, he's foolish for abandoning the safety of the herd and the well-worn path. The collective condemns what they cannot understand, the solitary drive toward the mountains where death waits. But the penguin embodies what Nietzsche called will to power, the instinct for self-overcoming what separates those who create their own values from those who follow the herd. He rejects herd morality, the comfort of mediocrity, for something the colony cannot comprehend. He chooses the unknown. Despite certain death, he proceeds toward the mountains to begin his ascent. Amor fati in motion, not merely accepting his fate, but loving it. That was one of the most important lessons that Nietzsche left us. It was amor fati. It was accept your circumstances as they are. Never wish them to be different, but of course, do something about it. Oh, being complaining and making yourself a victim of the circumstances. No, your circumstances are the best possible for you to find that best version of you that, it's going to be an impossible journey, but it's the best journey that any human being can embark into. He says yes to the harshest suffering, to the impossible journey. Nietzsche's formula for greatness, wanting nothing to be different, embracing what is necessary with strength. Many see the penguin as the hero's journey within themselves. A call to adventure where the path ahead is dangerous and unknown. I identify with that. A path ahead that you have no idea what's going to happen. You don't have an idea why you are doing that. You just know you have to do it, step after step. The burning desire within calls their soul to a journey that's impossible to describe to those who don't share that same fire within to accept the call. As Nietzsche wrote, the concept of greatness entails being noble, wanting to be by oneself, being able to be different, standing alone, and having to live independently. The penguin walks alone into the void, becoming what he is. This is a bit more profound. It's from Carl Jung. The tension of the future is unbearable in us. It must break through narrow cracks. It must force new ways. You want to cast off the burden. You want to escape the inescapable. Running away is deception and detour. Shut your eyes so that you do not see the manifold, the outwardly plural, the turning away and the tempting. There is only one way, and that is your way. There is only one salvation, and that is your salvation. Why are you looking around for help? Do you believe that help will come from outside? What is to come is created in you and from you. Hence, look into yourself. Do not compare. Do not measure. No other way is like yours. All other ways deceive and tempt you. You must fulfill the way that is in you. I mean, this is impressive how different you are in these polarities. I don't want to fall again into the left wing and right wing, but that is a thing. The fact that only, as Aesthetica says, the fact that only right wing men seem to understand and appreciate the penguin video says quite a lot about our political landscape and the validity of modern democracy. Because it's those who, we know that it's with that fire, it's with that ordeal, with those ordeals that true humanity, or to ourselves, is sparks from. we have to find ourselves in those struggles. That's why our daily struggles and how we react to them is ultimately what defines us, what defines our identity. And we, of course, we are all of us are in different stages in our lives. And that's why, again, why I firmly believe that we don't have just one life, because it would be a burden way too big and will be unfair in many ways, that some people are born with so many opportunities and some are born in so much pain and so little opportunities. That wouldn't be fair. It is easier to, or more fair to, think that we are just at different stages of our quests. And some of us are burning karma from before. Some of us are trying to go further than we have ever been before. One thing is for certain, the most important thing that you can do is to seek to find yourself. And sadly, the more that we advance as a civilization, the safer we are, the more technology we have, the better food we have, the more peaceful our countries become, the more prosperous our economies become. It's harder to find that. It's harder to find that reason within us. Not to mention, I'm not gonna even mention, if you are an artist, like how art is being devalued by AI nowadays, unless, of course, the process and you is highlighted. This is maybe a shout out to my artist friends. Make sure that you and the process is highlighted, not only the outcome, because AI can basically produce any outcome. That's why I'm making these live streams. It's like at some point, AI will be able to make any video that you ask for. It's like I was watching yesterday a diagram of the Chernobyl accident. You know that I'm a big fan of the Chernobyl catastrophe. I like to do research on that. I would like to visit Chernobyl someday. And I realized that video, or many other videos about, I don't know, history, geography, countries, and many things can be just generated. And this interaction with you, it's what helps me bring my humanity, even if I make mistakes speaking, even if I stutter, if sometimes I'm tired, I don't have the same energy right now that I could have over the weekdays. But here I am. I'm doing something that is it's like going through to that mountain. I know directionally where I'm going. I know where I want to be. And I encourage you to decide, where do you want to go? Where do you want to be? And design your life and visualize your life as much as possible, and trace those step backs, and understand that every single action that you do every day either stalls you, either sets you back, or brings you closer to that reality that you're looking for. There are only three options. You stay in place, you go back, take a step back, or you take a step forward. No other option. So think about this. I reflected a lot with this penguin, and I hope that this has the same effect in you. But I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Body Language Guy. Much love and